Hey, Mike Lake here from altobone.com, and I've been getting a lot of requests lately from players looking to play the alto better. You know, these are guys that are playing tenor and they're looking to improve their alto playing, or players who want to buy an alto and start up, or take their alto out of the closet, you know, and start getting back to playing it. So if any of that sounds like you, I have a tip. And it's one that leverages a skill that you already possess, which is knowing the tenor positions, right? Because on a tenor, you no longer have to think about where C is or where G is, but you may be struggling a bit with those notes and positions on the alto. So here's a tip that will allow you to focus on getting your arm used to the alto positions without having to struggle so much with, you know, remembering where C is or where F is and so on. You know, instead, this will allow you to work on your intonation and your musicality because your arm will already know where to go in the tenor positions. And it will let you have some fun with the alto by, you know, kind of eliminating some of the struggle of finding the notes. So, the tip is to play a piece of music, either that you've memorized or that you are reading, and play it on the alto, but in the tenor positions, right, in the tenor partials. And this will end up sounding a fourth up when you play the tenor positions or partials, because the alto is a fourth up from the tenor, right? Now this is only for practice, because I'm not giving you some sort of cheat for, you know, performing on the alto without having to first learn the positions, because, you know, A440 is still A440. And you'll still need to find that on the third alto partial. But you can remove one challenge from practicing the alto so that you can feel the positions without having to think so much about, you know, F being in sixth and third, or that middle C is in fourth. You know, middle C in fourth. How weird is that, right? And it can be one way to speed up your arm's feel for the positions, and it'll help your ear for the alto at the same time. Now, you're still going to need to learn that middle C is in fourth on the alto and so on, because if you've seen my past videos and articles, you know that I treat the alto as a C instrument. That's what I recommend for everybody, just like a tenor. Because, you know, the fundamental of a tenor is B flat, and we still read and play it as a C instrument. You know, I could never have treated this as an E flat instrument, you know, and demanded that people give me parts on alto clef and that I play in the key of E flat. You know, no one would ever call me. So I treat the alto as a C instrument, and I read it in bass clef. So let's get back to the tip. Let's take row shoe number one, okay? So playing the original notes sounds like this. But to maintain the same partials that you're used to on the tenor, you would start on middle C and end up playing it a fourth up, like this. And once you get used to hearing the notes being a fourth up from what you're used to in relatively the same positions, you'll begin to play the alto with more fluency. Now, you can work on minor slide adjustments and intonation because of this for accuracy. But remember, this is only an exercise. But I still do this, you know, sometimes out of necessity. Take the Bach cello suites. I love playing Bach cello suites. But many of them go down below the A, right, on the non-trigger alto. So rather than play the false notes and lots of sixth and seventh position arm bending, breaking, I play them all a fourth up. So let's take the Guige from suite number one, right? As written, it would sound like this. Right? So I played a fourth up, and I used the tenor positions and partials, and it sounds like this. And so on. And I know I'm not a classical player, and that kind of sucked, but this is not a video on how to flawlessly play Bach cello suites, right? I'm a jazzer. And you can do this with jazz, with a jazz tune. Take, you know, I don't know, Yardbird suite, right? In the original key of C, Starting on C, it sounds like this. Again, a lot of arm breaking, right? But to play that in the tenor positions, you'd play it in F, starting on F. And that would sound like this. And it's a whole lot easier because playing Yardbird in the original key, you're going to play more 6th and 7th position stuff because, you know, the F and the E are more common notes than the low C and B of in the tenor on those same partials. That's one of the special challenges of playing alto, right? You know, try playing that down a 4th on tenor, right? There's a lot more arm movement down there, right? So try and play tunes and exercises in the tenor positions, right? A 4th up. And see if that speeds up your fluency with, you know, going to the positions and your intonation on the alto. But don't forget to also work on reading in C and knowing where all the concert notes live on the alto because, you know, this is not a substitute for learning the notes and positions for the alto. It's just a way to work on your fine-tuning and musicality on the alto and having some fun in the process. So try that. Let me know how that works for you, and good luck.